Hey everyone. Um, there's something wrong with the timer. The clock in my living room was 10 minutes slow, so I started a little late today. Sorry everyone. Um, how's everyone doing this Thursday? Thank you for joining. Hey Sajad. Hey Shreya. Hey Chaman. Hello Vinita. I see. Hey Kushal. Yeah, this song is called something. I don't know. I'll share a link afterwards. Um, hey Varun, hey Harsh. Speaking of John Mayer, have you guys watched this hilarious video of John Mayer talking about fonts? I think the video is good enough for us to talk about it. Hold on, let's open up the browser. YouTube. So funny. This video is like typography. Oh yeah, it's this video, but we don't need to watch the entire video. Do I have a clip or I'll just find it?
Hey, I'm Kerwin Frost, and
Nope. Any timestamps? No.
life can really hit you like a ton of.
Yeah, I feel like I
That's
do,
cool, man.
definitely. Yeah, it's nice.
That is real. I haven't thought about it in forever because I'm
No.
only thinking about like the newest stuff I have that's
Right.
not right yet.
So you never like just go back.
Uh, oh man, can't I find this video? I remember it was on Twitter. Oh man, it's so good. Uh, Array, they removed it from everywhere. It's part of the same interview, but it's uh, it's too long. I don't want to watch the. Okay, let me try to find.
Damn.
You're in your room, man. You can one movie with one pyramid.
It was ahead of its time. The humor was
there,
crazy.
There was there, I
He's like the witty guy, so let's like throw witty.
put it the other day like I made myself a little crazy
Yeah.
as a vaccine for real insanity.
Wow.
So if a
Can you
vaccine
find
contains a
it in
little
the
part
comments?
of the
Yeah.
virus,
Yeah.
then the vaccine for losing your mind is allowing yourself.
Array, I can't find it. It's so
Yeah,
good.
no.
Oh, but I do say we'll be safe till St.
We'll
Patrick's
be
Day.
safe. It gets fuzzy sometimes. I think
that's
sometimes
why-
I am.
Like this, and start and just fly through it.
Wow.
And for me now,
I think the other day I was at home.
Okay, I can't find it, but it's really hilarious. I highly recommend it. So maybe I'll share it on my Twitter after. Actually, I remember tweeting about it. Oops. No, I'm gonna have to find it. And okay, when I do find it, I will share it. I promise to share it on my Twitter. It's, it's really funny. The video. So basically, John Mayer is talking about the importance of using well-designed typefaces, well-designed fonts, and he's ranting about why you shouldn't use fonts from Dafont. And it's the most unlikely discussion that you imagine John Mayer to have when he's like being interviewed about his career and his music and stuff. And it's perfect. It's just so funny because when you watch it, once you start to develop an eye for typography and then you know uh, what makes a good font, what goes into designing good typefaces and good fonts, you fully resonate with the the frustration with which he talks about why you shouldn't be using Dafont. It's hilarious. So yeah, for sure, guys, I promise I will find that somehow, or I will watch the entire video, find that particular clip, and then put that clip together and then tweet it after this session. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, so let's get into it. So hi everyone. Today today we're talking about a career in brand experience design. Um, I'm sure this came up in the first stream that we had 2 weeks. This is the third stream, by the way. This would fulfill the hat trick. Yeah, so in the first stream, I remember we discussed a lot about what kind of roles, what kind of titles do brand experience designers have? Do people actually hire brand experience designers? And what I thought we could do today is basically go through some. Josh, and you found it. You found the video. Okay, we'll go there. Cool. So yeah, so basically we'll go through a couple of I'm doing this. We'll be doing this together. We'll just go to some websites where they might be hiring designers and see how to dissect a job description and how to understand whether you'd be fit to be a brand experience designer, and how as um, as with your experience in brand experience design, how you can, you know, add more value to that particular role and make a better case for yourself, and how you can talk about that in an interview or during the hiring process. So let's get into it. I would love recommendations of companies that you think we should check out, that any of you know who are hiring from your research, are hiring brand designers, graphic designers, visual designers, art directors, creative visualizers, uh, marketing designers, creative design. Any of these titles, if you guys know any companies that have open roles for these roles right now, drop them in the comments so we can check those out. In the meantime, let's do some deep diving of our own. So let's go to LinkedIn, for example. Um, okay, an academy is hiring a senior lead product designer. Let's see if they are hiring a visual designer. Let's check. How do I? Okay, I truly hate LinkedIn, but let's see. Let's just type the word designer. Oops, sorry. Spelling designer. No, they seem to only be hiring product designers. Okay, let's just go through this and see what they need. Uh, Pretty vague. Gauge the headroom of a new opportunity or the impact of a user problem, then help tune the project scope accordingly with product partners. Sounds like the role of any good designer, to be honest. There's nothing product about it. Understand frequency of usage and relative importance. Okay, pretty generic, nationally narrow down design. Okay, quite generic, nothing specific. Now let's try to find specific. High quality portfolio showing strong visual design and interface design skills. Okay, so they're hiring a product designer that seems to require good visual design skills. According to me, point number 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe not 5, 6, 7 points, all points except point 5, which are specific to support the production with engineering partners. All of it is what any good designer with 3 years of experience should be able to do, right? Now, how can you, for example, there are a lot of people who are joining our our first brand experience design cohort. They are joining with a background in product design, in UI UX design. And in situations like this, how can your experience and your learning as a brand experience designer set you apart? So you might want to be a product designer. You might want to pursue a career in digital product design. But here's how you can make a better case for yourself with brand experience design. So here we go. It's talking about high quality portfolio showcasing strong visual design and interface design skills. That's something that we'll definitely cover as part of the program. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the brand experience design program. We're still accepting a few applications. So if you have a really good if you're really interested, do drop do actually, yeah, just drop me an email. That would be better because right now the wait list is we're going to close the waitlist soon. So even though it says join the waitlist, I would highly recommend just dropping me an email. Let me type my email address in the chat. Hold on. My email is sneha at 10kdesigners.com. Okay, that's my email address. I'm going to add it to the broadcast. There we go. That's me. So drop me an email if you're really interested in joining the program, and I'll see what I can do. We will figure out if you'd be a good fit for the program. But let's get back. So we were talking about this particular role, right? So this is a product. It says clearly here senior or lead product designer, but what we just figured out is most of these points are fairly generic, except maybe this engineering partner is part of it. Maybe that's specific to product designers. Otherwise, it's not very, I mean, okay, fine, if you really think about how it fits into the complete product, but any good brand experience designer should think about these things as well. Um, but so let's say that you have really good UI UX design skills. You understand how to create good information architecture, how to wireframe really well, how to think about user flows, how to do research, that type of thing. You can set yourself apart with a background in brand experience design by having really, really good visual design skills, amazing skills. I'll give you an example. There is this, I think his name is Jason Yuan. There's this designer, yeah. So his name is Jason Yuan. He's designed for like Apple and for a bunch of places. Right now, he runs this thing called Makespace, which is, if you're familiar with Around, it's similar to that. It's like a cool Zoom. Yeah, so he studied graphic design at RISD, but his internship and his work is he does a lot of different work that is not just graphic design. So he did his internship with Apple Music, and this is like UX design. And because his background in visual design was so good, he was able to get this internship at Apple and do a UX design internship. There are a lot of really good projects here. So this is his internship again. See, there we go. He worked on the Apple Marcom UX team, worked with designers, art directors, and creative technologists, customer-facing experiences. So my point is that as you might have a background or an interest in one particular design discipline, and that's completely okay, and that's perfect, in fact. But the more and more you're able to develop skills as a design generalist and fill in gaps in your design skills, the more chances you create for yourself, the more opportunities you create for yourself to be able to contribute in a high functioning, in an extremely capable team. So this is one example of that. Another good example, if you think about all of the designers in Apple, in fact, are like that. But even designers, even at Figma, right? The designers at Figma, they do have product designers and they have like visual designers, but they are visual designers for a product. So they very much have to think about how the visual design or the brand experience, they have to think about the brand experience from a product angle. So the more they learn about the product, the better they do brand experience, and vice versa. The more you know about brand experience, the better you're able to design the product. So that's an example of how a role that is purely a product design role will with your skills as a brand experience designer, you can easily set yourself apart, because the standard for brand and for visual design experience for product designers right now in the industry, in the Indian industry especially, is pretty low. Product designers, a lot of product designers, there's this notion that visual design and brand is not that important. And firstly, that's not true. But more importantly, it's becoming increasingly important. And there a lot of these people who have believed this so far are also finding that visual design is super important, that we need to, even if we're hiring a team of product designers, we need them to be really good visual designers as well. So at least for them to be able to do some level of illustration, or um, be able to design product films, or be able to think about how the brand fits into the product. So this is essentially what brand experience is all about, relevant to you if you want to pursue a career in product design. But the contrary is also true, which is that if you want to pursue a career in any of those other things that I mentioned in the beginning, brand design, visual design, art direction, graphic design, all of these things, the more you know about all of the adjacent fields of design and otherwise, the better experience you're able to provide, the more rich brand experience you're able to, showcase. So yeah, okay, so that was Unacademy. I think some of you shared some examples. Um, CRED is hiring motion and visual designers. Okay, let's check out if CRED has a job description. I doubt it. CRED. Let's just go to CRED's website. You know what? I think I saw a tweet about, oh, we're hiring. Okay, let's see if they have a job description. Find yours. Back in, no. Digital marketing lead. Is there a search? Oh, there is a search. Design. Sorry, guys, I'm getting used to a new keyboard. Okay, so they haven't put up the job description yet, but let's make it more interesting. Let's check out the kind of, let's check out, let's just check out the CRED website, okay? And now we know that there is an opening for a motion and a visual designer. Now, as someone who's hiring from the CRED team, what might you be looking for? And as someone who might be interested in joining CRED, what are some of the ways in which you can make your application stand out? Firstly, rewards for paying credit card bills. Their copy is pretty straightforward and pretty direct, nothing too fancy. Um, then they have a lot of product screenshots. They have feel special more often. Uh, this is really funny. Their copy is, so what are we finding out? We're figuring out that their copy is pretty witty. They put a lot of their copy is all really, really big. That means they're putting a lot of emphasis on their copy. They drawing a lot of attention to it. So if you are a designer who's been able to work on your copywriting skills, you might have a higher chance of joining CRED, because that seems to be something that is important to them. And if you think it's important to your portfolio, then you're speaking the same language as them. You understand their needs better. So copy is one thing for sure. So like winning an entire Apple store. These kind of things are like this. There's a lot of emphasis on intelligent, witty use of copy. So that's something that will definitely make you stand out. What else? This website, for example, is pretty simple. It's not too complicated. Let's say that you had Webflow skills. Let's say you were able to design and build this entire website on Webflow, which means that makes you so much more resourceful again to be able to contribute to a team that is probably really fast paced, that's probably has high sense of ownership and responsibility. If you had the skills of being able to design and build on Webflow as a brand experience designer, something we, as part of the program that we cover, uh, Webflow, we cover, designing and building on Webflow. That again would make you so much more useful. This website is easily recreatable on Webflow. I wonder if it was even made on Webflow. It's possible, but even if it's not, it's easily done on Webflow. So imagine something like that, that if you had those kind of skills, that would make your application that much more attractive. What else? Let's go into their blog. Maybe we can find some design articles to see what their design team is looking for. CRED Club. It takes you back to the website. Do they have a dribble page? CRED design. Oh, they do have a dribble page. Okay, let's check out their dribble page. Okay, so they have this illustration going on. So they use a lot of illustration. So let's say you had illustration skills or you build a portfolio with nice illustrations. That would make your portfolio attractive. Your understanding of color should be really good because here it's a pretty monotone illustration. So the person who has designed this, Joseph, has really good sense of color and he's able to use color very well and very minimalistically. If you knew how to, what is this? There we go. Smooth motion, scrolling. There's some 3D stuff going on. I understand, I don't have the CRED app, so I can't show you, but I understand that there's a lot more 3D stuff that's happening on their app. So let's say you had some examples of 3D work in your portfolio. Again, that would set you apart. This is super, this is super smart and really pretty straightforward to be able to make on After Effects. You just use a few shapes and then you kind of mask, and it's the smoothness of the motion that makes this super attractive. So yeah, so that's an example. That's two examples of roles. Are there some other roles that you can think of? Yes, exactly. CRED has really good copy. They always have a lot of emphasis on their copy. And as a designer, I think we often think about copy and design to be separate things. But that's not very true. Your designs become so much more meaningful and become so much more real, and you can test them in situations and get feedback on them and be able to improve them when the copy is also a part of the design, when it doesn't feel like it's separate. A lot of people use dummy copy like lorem ipsum and stuff in their designs, but that doesn't make any sense because lorem ipsum means nothing, and your design, by that logic, your design means nothing if the copy in it means nothing. So yes, a lot of good design should work with and without copy if it's meant to be geographically agnostic, or it's meant for people of different language. Maybe that some kind of design would require that, but most design nowadays has a good intermingling of copy and visuals or design, whatever you want to call it. And copy is a big part of that. And the more and more you leverage your skills in copy, the better it makes your designs in many ways. So, for example, when I design websites, I don't design the website and the copy for the website separately. I design it together and I make different iterations of the website along with different iterations of copy, because according to me they're not separate things. This website will not work if the copy is not good, or this copy will not work if the design is garbage. So it's super important to think about you as a designer, as somebody who's able, you don't have to change your career into becoming a copywriter, but you should be able to write good enough copy to be able to identify what is good, what is average, what is excellent copy. Uh, yeah, one second. Yeah, so CRED has amazing copy. Yes, I agree. So that's another. So if you had examples of amazing copy in your portfolio, CRED has, and you had really good visual design examples like the ones we went through, it probably increases your chances of being hired there. I see no reason why they shouldn't hire you. Um, what is the 100, Shubhank? I think I need to check this out. I'm not sure. Should I? Let's do a Google search. The 100. What's this? What's this? Oh, oh, is this new? Why haven't I heard of it? 100 ball cricket. Professional franchise 100 ball cricket tournament, including 8 men's and interesting. Oh, I don't know about this, Shubhang. Thank you for telling me. Uh, for those of you who don't know, I love cricket. I'm a big fan. Let's check this out. Okay. Oh my God, it's quite aggressive. The style is quite aggressive. That's okay. It's a sports tournament. It's supposed to feel active. It's supposed to feel agnostic of gender because it's a tournament for men and women, as I understand. So I'm sure the choice of colors are intentionally made to be not necessarily gendered colors. Um, what else? Let's see. Oh, it's an Australian tournament, isn't it? No, it's Birmingham. Manchester. It's the UK. Okay, it's the UK tournament. Cool. So the typography, they're using something called Styrenia. Interesting. The logo is I want it's cool because the name is just it's the 100, but 100 is what is important. So they can afford to hide away the in the 100 itself because it's not that important. Because what I was thinking about is so when you have logos like this where something is super small and something is really big, in big sizes, one thing will look super big and the other thing will look very small, right? And in small sizes, the thing that you want that is bigger will look the right size, and the small thing will look too small. So usually there's this imbalance that is difficult to maintain when you have text in completely different sizes. But they have done it super intelligently because the is pretty insignificant in this logo. So to use that as part of the H is quite smart. Yeah, I mean it's I don't have any like super strong opinions on it, but it's definitely unique. It feels like a sports tournament, which I think is job well done. If it feels like a sports tournament, it feels like a pretty cool sports tournament. Their use of pink and green and these neon colors makes you feel like they're trying to make cricket cool, which in many ways, cricket is not a very cool sport. It's not a very modern sport. It's pretty old school English, um, colonial sport. So for them to kind of take a spin on that by making it kind of cool is fascinating. Um, yeah, thank you for sharing, Shubhank. Yes, new league in cricket. Thank you guys. I have never heard of it, and now I learned something new. Happy. Yes, Shreyangi, it's definitely busy. I don't disagree at all. But there is busy does not necessarily mean bad because in many ways sometimes busy means that something is active. It means like it feels like things are moving, that there is activity, that it energizes you in many ways. Their use of color here, their use of all caps typography, their it's so like the size of the text is also pretty big, all feels like it's super active, right? You're probably not going to spend a lot of time on this website because you want to come here, buy tickets, and leave. Or maybe you want to watch some videos or see the score and then leave. So that way, they don't need to worry about it being a great reading experience because you're not here to know about the 100 to read about it. If you as a brand, if they were going to do a good brand experience, they should want you to spend less time on their website. They want you to spend more time in the stadiums. They want you to spend more time watching the tournament on television. And by making it an active, a busy website using bold typography, fluorescent colors, They're energizing you to go buy tickets. They're energizing you to go to the stadium. They're energizing you to, pick up a ball and bat and start playing or feeling part of the game. So that way, their brand experience is solid. Like they have fulfilled their objective as a sports tournament, as a cricket tournament, to come across as, um, active and what's the other word? Youthful and yeah, exactly, Mamta. In many ways, sports is there are very few sports that are not loud. Let's think about sports that are not loud. Golf is pretty quiet. Um, Chess, if you count chess as a sport, is not very loud. Chess being a sport is a little controversial, but let's consider it a sport for this in this case. Shooting, archery, all of these are quiet. But cricket is definitely not a quiet sport. It's a loud sport. And this brand experience is loud. And that's coming through. And we can all agree on that. There's no way that we can't agree that this is loud and this is energetic. So they fulfill their objective. Um, does BX include motion design skills? BX includes anything and everything from a design lens that can enhance the brand's experience for the end user. Sometimes that means figure like figuring out motion. Sometimes that means designing some screens. Sometimes that means um, putting together a poster. Sometimes it means designing a logo. According to me, and we mentioned this in the first stream. If you missed, you should check that out as well. That we talked about how design roles, my thesis is that design roles are going to become more and more generalist. They're going to merge together rather than separate. I have nothing against specialists. I think there are amazing specialists, and everyone should have some specialty, something that they are really, really good at. But you want to develop more and more skills that are outside of your specialty so that they allow you to do many, many things, um, and be able to contribute to an idea or to a team, in more ways than one, and then leverage your position there by showcasing your specialty. So everyone should be. My opinion is that you should be a specialized generalist. Yeah. So definitely, yeah, motion would be a good part of that as well. Um, why most streaming platforms have dark background? That's I It's because of what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on the video. There's a bike outside. I hope you guys can't hear that. They want you to focus on the video, and if the light is coming through all of the external interface that is white or any other color, then that's causing eye strain. You'll be able to watch for a shorter period of time, because well, the white from the rest of the screen will be hurting your eyes. So they want you to spend more time on the streaming platform, which is probably the objective of all, most, if not all, streaming platforms. It makes sense for them to dim down everything else, give you like a. Why do you think theaters are like that? Why do movie theaters, cinema theaters, not have all the lights on while the movie is playing? Same reason. They want you to focus on the movie, not have all of these other distractions, and also not cause strain to your eyes for long periods of time. Uh, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. So I wanted to share um, an article I was recently reading about. Does it this? No. So this is the Airbnb blog. You should definitely check it out. They have a lot of good writing here. But what I wanted to show you was this article. Yeah, by the way, Airbnb is one of those. So there are a lot of teams nowadays, a lot of design teams. Airbnb, Loom. So if you guys know about loom.com, if you know about Cash App, um, I think even Apple for that matter, all of these teams, they have they have single design teams. They have one design team. Even really good design companies like Dropbox. Um, what else? Um, Not able to think of anything else. But yeah, okay, these are good examples for now. Um, Loom. Loom is a great design company. They have really good design. So they have a single design team, a centralized design team. And then, of course, within that team, they have product designers, brand designers, visual designers, whatever, motion designers, illustrators, all of that. But the idea is that they all work together and they work from a centralized team that contributes to each other's work and contributes to the company and to the business as a whole. So that makes them extremely good at brand experience because they're thinking about the brand in totality. So with the BX design program and with what I'm trying to share more and more about BX design, I'm hoping for more of you, more of us, in fact, to be able to develop more skills that are multifaceted, that allow us to become, really rich brand experience designers and to be able to contribute to a multidisciplinary team with a lot of different specialized skills and people. By the end of the BX design program or through like what we're talking about even on YouTube, you're not going to become like a pro illustrator or like a pro product designer or something like that. The idea is that you have some skills as a designer. We're going to build on top of that with brand experience design. If you don't have any skills to begin with, then we create those a really good foundation, a really good design foundation, build really good brand experience design skills on top of that, and from there you're able to think about yourself as a multifaceted brand experience designer that can work on product if necessary, work on brand if necessary, work on all of these different things. But yeah, I'm not going to convert you into any one kind of designer if that's not your interest. My job is to be able to inject brand experience into the way in which you think and the way in which you approach design problems and solutions, so that whatever specialization you decide to take forward, brand experience is definitely something that would be amazing. So one article that you should read is this defining design generalists. Very nice. I'm not able to find the other one. We'll keep today's stream quick and short. We'll wrap up in another 10 minutes. We'll wrap up. Yeah. Okay, I'm not able to find the other one. I will share it with y'all later, I guess. Oh yeah, we should keep a few minutes to see the John Mayer video. So, yeah, definitely check out this. In this, the writer is talking about having an understanding of different design domains and how being a good design generalist makes you really confident and adaptable. So yeah, so it's there we go. This is the this is my thesis for brand experience design, that you should be able to tell strong stories. You should be strong storytellers. And that's agnostic of the design speciality that you decide to take forward. You could be any kind of designer, it does not matter. If you're a good storyteller, something that I hope to teach you through the brand experience design program and like through all of this content and in general, um, is to be good storytellers. I hope to share why it's important to be a good storyteller, and why storytelling will make your designs better. It will make you a better designer. And yeah, so that's a really big part of this article as well. You should check it out. Really great, highly collaborative. There you go. I'm not able to find the other one, so we'll just skip that. Let me put this back on. Cool. Josh, and we'll do a Cash App. We'll do a Twitter thread soon on Cash App, so you can keep an eye out for that. I already have something ready, and it's just doing a bit of editing. So sometime this week or next week that'll be out, and then we can do a YouTube session on that as well. What, according to you, is a no-go in brand experience designing? Um, if the if different touch points in the product or in the business or in the service feel completely disconnected, feel uh, like they don't speak to each other, feel like they don't care about the end user, feel like the users are completely different people, and they are designed by completely different teams, that's really bad brand experience design. Good brand experience design thinks about the brand as like a monolith, as something that is has many different parts, and all of these parts need to be addressed in different unique ways, but all of these parts are connected to each other and they create this whole, and the whole is what your user or your customer cares about. And to care about that customer in a way that is holistic, that is cohesive, that is like a good story to tell, is what makes good brand experience. So the contrary is what makes bad brand experience. Yeah. Yeah, Venkat, my dad sent me this video. I'm yet to check it out. So I haven't checked it out. So I'm gonna keep my comments for maybe next time once I do check this out. Thank you for sharing though. Harsh, I mentioned this last time, I mentioned it again. An example of bad brand experience design is definitely Microsoft. Their software, their hardware, their brand, their um, all of the different aspects of the company in total don't speak to each other. Like it feels like they are disconnected. Think about, if you remember the Windows phone, what did that feel like? Think about the the um the software, Windows, the new Windows that come out. Think about the hardware. Think about the kind of copy that they write, the communication, the advertisements they have. They spend so much money every year on their advertisements, on shooting down Apple's work. And that's not good brand experience. You can't build brand experience by shooting down someone else's. You need to build your own, even if it means that they're a competitor. So that's definitely a good example of bad flex. So let to close things out, let me just find that video. So
And this
Joshin
guy is like, yo,
sent
Kerwin, like,
this
let me play you my work
part
ever.
of the
But
video.
also, I'm buying a punch.
Let's
I
find
was
out
just, I said,
which part.
someone came up to me yesterday and he said, "Dear Kerwin," and me and Aaron are just walking, and we're going to where we're going. We're not stopping around here. But the kid, he had this look in his eyes, and I know that this is kind of safe. And then it's like this feeling like dap up.
Yo, it's fantastic. At its core, it's genius, right?
Yeah.
It's like the idea makes no sense, right?
No.
We're going to replicate you a billion times.
Yeah.
Once for a billion people, right?
Yeah.
And then a billion people, here's the power source, and it's going to get sent when you, but
Yeah.
like
It's not-
I have seen before.
Yeah, there's.
And the only thing I had, I would cry.
Wow.
Crazy, insane, the ability.
There's only
no
one of
Kerwin
you.
Frost.
No.
Imagine if Coca-Cola, how many times, because I've been in my, I've seen you have a,
No.
you said I got a plunge.
Man,
Wow.
they
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first time because so you're
Yeah.
going up before you. It's like guitar rhythm. you're aware of the impact.
Yeah.
Would you be the most like tummy ache, sort of like can't think straight, can't go back to your task the way
Not
you
able to
left it when
find
this person
it.
walked in?
Let's watch it at 2x.
What kind of meeting is it? Like, are we like?
That is, and if
Oh man, guys, no, we didn't find it. I don't know where it is. Maybe
Hey, I'm Kerwin Frost, and life can really hit you like a ton of
is
bricks.
it
Don't just sit around
before?
thinking, contemplating, what can you do? Start your own business. Get the right idea and go on Shopify.com. It's
Hey,
now
I didn't think of that.
You just in the face to other posts more important than a post of my foot.
Okay.
It's a pretty good line of credit with people looking. It's more.
It would be.
Than
Yeah.
I do. Right, sucked. Maybe
No, guys, I'm sorry, I can't find it.
live people on their iPhones at the concert. But when you're making a live album 20 years ago, that was the way
damn.
people heard you live.
Right.
And now
I didn't think of that.
Year 4 is done.
Yeah.
Where it's allowed people to learn how to play guitar.
100 at 10 p.m.
No, man, can't find it. Sorry, I don't want to watch the entire video like this. So, oh, I don't, Paritosh, I don't know why you're not able to post links. I'm not deleting your comments, so I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, guys, I think we'll wrap up today's session. Thank you all for joining. If you guys want to reach out to me, I shared my email some time back. That's my email. Let me make it big. Whoosh. That's my email. Okay. Then otherwise, you should, if you have any questions, or you want to read more content about brand experience design, then check me out on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. I've been writing these threads about brand experience design. Let me show you a couple. So recently I wrote about Billy, most recently. And then before that, we wrote about Indigo and Zomato. I have one in the works about Airbnb, so keep your eyes out for that. I'm very excited about that. I hope you guys are too. Thank you all for joining. Have a nice Thursday. Have a nice weekend. And just a reminder for anyone who's interested, the waitlist, we're not taking a lot more people from the waitlist. So if you are interested in the brand experience design program and our first cohort, do email me at sneha@10kdesigners.com and we'll see what we can do. And I hope that this was useful. This is very, whoa, what's happening? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you all for joining and see you next time. See you next Thursday. If you guys have any requests for things that you do want me to talk about or things you want to learn more about, shoot me a DM or email me. Anything's fine. And we can talk about that next time. Thank you all. Bye.